You've heard the word ho'oponopono. You may have heard it last week. I want to introduce that concept and have you see how that fits into your life and how this fits into the idea of vision. So in preparing for this message of vision, I refer to many sources of inspiration, and one of my favorite is Charlie Brown. Anybody else Peanuts follower? So in this cartoon, Lucy and Linus and Charlie Brown are all lying in this beautiful grassy field looking up at the sky on a glorious summer day. So we can just feel that sunshine. That probably would infuse us with a good element to feel that this morning. Lucy says, "Aren't the clouds beautiful? They look like big balls of cotton. I could just lie here all day and watch them drift by." If you use your imagination, Linus and Charlie Brown, you can see lots of things in the clouds formations. What do you think you see, Linus? Linus said, "Well, those clouds up there look like a map of the British Honduras on the Caribbean. And that cloud up there looks like the profile of Michelangelo, the famous artist and sculptor. And those clouds over there, they give me the impression of Moses. Can't you see the parting of the Red Sea?" Lucy said, "Oh, yeah, that's very good. What do you see, Charlie Brown?" He said, "Well, I was going to say a ducky and a horsey, but I just changed my mind." What we see is a very personal matter. Our own vision is very unique, and yet our vision really matters. George Bernard Shaw said, "Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world." Every day the world is asking you, Andrea, what do you see? Every day the world is asking you, Tony, what do you see? Each of you, every day, every moment, you're being asked, what do you see? Some of us are prone to see the glass half what? Full. How many said empty? Some of us are prone to see the world half full, a glass half full, some half empty. The sacred text, the Jewish Talmud says, we do not see things as they are. We see things as we are. William Blake said, "If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear as it is, infinite." What we see allows us to gain access into what is possible. When Jesus said, "The kingdom of heaven is here now," was he standing anywhere else besides where the people around him were standing? No. But yet, where was he inwardly standing? What was he able to see and perceive and to speak to and speak about, and more importantly, center himself in to such an extent that he vibrationally changed everything around him? He knew, he had the capacity to see the kingdom of heaven is here now. He also said, "When you see me, you see the Father. When you see the Father, you see me." He saw himself as one with the creative presence. So we look to the life of Jesus as one who attained enlightenment, just as other master teachers have. And we also know that they were not exclusive. An example in that they've accomplished something most of us have not yet accomplished, but very clearly told us, you have the capacity and are intended to do the same thing. So the kingdom of heaven is here and now. The question is, where are we and can we see it? Jesus taught his disciples how to pray, the Lord's Prayer. And we usually share that in some form most every week. And one of the pivotal parts to the Lord's Prayer is, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done." Now, if you go back to the Aramaic and try to recreate perhaps the way Jesus, what he was seeking to convey in his native language, it's more like this: "Let oneness now prevail in perception. Let the nature and purpose of God then flow through us as energy fills all form." We are the likeness and image of God. And let that oneness now prevail. We're not trying to call it down from heaven to earth. We're trying to create it, heaven and earth, from within, right here, right now. So who else is up for that this year? Anyone up for getting enlightened this year? Fully enlightened. The Hawaiian culture, and from my experience, offer really some powerful teachings that are very, very biblical, very unity, very quantum science. And one of the terms that I learned, an experience that I learned in Hawaii, is called ho'oponopono. The first part is ho'o, just like you'd say uh-oh, you do your voice that uh-oh, but it's H-O-O, so ho'o, so say that with me, ho'o. Now ho'o means to cause or to make happen. It's a prefix. So in Hawaii, when someone says ho'o, everybody stands to attention. Ho'o what? What are we getting ready to make happen? The word pono, we don't have just one word in English to describe what pono means. Pono means rightness, goodness, balance, properness, correctness, uprightness, the natural state of perfection. You may have seen bumper stickers if you go to Hawaii that say live pono. Pono means do what's right, but from a state of stop doing what's not right, and that's what's left. So pono is a deep, deep meaning that perfection is always there. The kingdom of heaven is always there, but we sometimes get something else in its place. So ho'o means to cause or to happen, and pono means to do what's right. And when you say a word twice, pono, it just magnifies it. So ho'oponopono means the practice of doing what is right. Now in Hawaii, if you look in the phone book, you will find a number of ho'oponopono practitioners. A lot of Hawaiians work in dispute resolution. Rather than using the traditional court system, they may call on an elder of their culture who is trained to see things right. And it can be used in a group of people to help reach the bottom of something and restore it to a state of rightness. But the most powerful meaning and the most powerful use is when an individual lives ho'oponopono. Now I'm pretty sure that Jesus had no concept of the word ho'oponopono. But what he said was that when I and the Father are one, or the kingdom of heaven is here and now, it's exactly the same thing. He was seeing a state of perfection in all things, and he saw it to such an extent that if you were in his field of being, you were changed. Have you ever been around a person and experienced what's called entrainment? A lot of people like to go sit with a Buddhist monk or a very enlightened being, because if you sit in their presence and listen to them and meditate with them, your energy actually begins to resonate at a higher frequency. That is what happened in the presence of Jesus, I believe. I want to tell you today about a man named, I won't have you say this name, his first name is Ihaliakala. Dr. Ihaliakala Hulin, who is from Hawaii. He practices ho'oponopono. He's been described as, folks around him say, Dr. Lin has the aura of a calm sea in the storm of reality. Isn't that beautiful? Someone that has the aura of a calm sea in the storm of reality. That's a beautiful thing to have said about you. So what is it? What teaching can he offer us? First of all, I want to tell you why he has sparked a lot of attention. There's a book titled Zero Limits, which is based on the work that he did that I'm getting ready to tell you about. If you Google him on the internet, you'll find all sorts of things, and this is the reason. Dr. Lin was born in Hawaii. He has several degrees. He's a PhD. And he said, my field of work has been in the area of developmentally disabled children. I've done that for years. I've also had the good fortune of working at a facility that provided psychiatric care. So I was trained to help other people. But ultimately, I found out that doesn't work.